The moment the door clicked open, Aiden froze. Sunlight streamed through the window, but it didn't reach the shadows hiding piles of letters, old photos, and a small locked box. His dad had warned him 1,000 times, never go in there. It's not for you. But the instant he saw the contents, Aiden's heart sank. Everything he had been denied for years, the inheritance, the truth about his mother's belongings, the life he deserved, was crammed into this forbidden room. The betrayal stung harder than anything he had felt before. He whispered to the camera, "If you want to see how this plays out, make sure you subscribe." His hands trembled as he lifted the first letter, and his father's footsteps echoed behind him. Aiden spent the night piecing together what the letters revealed. Secrets about the family business, his mother's will, and decisions his dad had made without him. He discovered that what should have been his was given away. Every revelation tightened the knot in his chest, and when he thought he'd reached the worst, he found a photo with a note, "For Aiden, when the time is right." Who had left it? And why now? The questions burned in his mind as the sun rose. Aiden confronted his dad at breakfast, holding the photo. The older man's face went pale, then hard. He denied everything, insisting Aiden was imagining it. But a slip of the tongue, mentioning a family account no one else knew about, gave Aiden a sliver of hope. The power struggle had begun. But before Aiden could respond, a loud crash upstairs pulled him toward another secret. The house itself seemed to be conspiring against him. While searching the second floor, Aiden discovered a hidden drawer in his dad's study. Inside were contracts and receipts proving years of financial manipulation. Aiden realized he had been robbed of opportunities deliberately. His anger boiled, but he held it in, knowing every step needed to be precise. And then his phone buzzed, an anonymous message with a single sentence, "You're closer than you think, but not everyone can be trusted." Late that night, Aiden sneaked into the garage, where he stumbled upon a hidden safe. To his astonishment, it contained personal items his mother had left specifically for him. Among them was a diary revealing a plan his father had to prevent Aiden from claiming what was rightfully his. He couldn't believe the betrayal. Tears mixed with determination as he realized revenge wouldn't be about cruelty, it would be about justice. Aiden followed the clues in the diary to his father's office. He found a ledger of transfers, proof his father had quietly redirected his inheritance. But before he could copy the documents, his younger cousin appeared, smirking. "Thought you'd get here first?" The cousin had been playing a double game, and now Aiden had to decide whether to confront him or use him. Aiden hatched a plan to gather allies quietly. He invited an old family friend who had helped his mother years ago. Together, they uncovered emails that detailed the full scheme against him. But the emails were password protected, and the only person who knew the passwords was his dad. Aiden realized he had to confront him again, carefully. When Aiden finally confronted his dad with partial evidence, his father laughed, thinking Aiden was naive. But Aiden had prepared a backup, a hidden recorder capturing the confrontation. His dad's arrogance became his own trap. Yet before Aiden could celebrate, his dad revealed a new twist. The family lawyer had been secretly instructed to bypass Aiden entirely, no matter what proof he had. Desperate, Aiden decided to approach the lawyer directly. Under the guise of needing advice, he planted seeds of doubt about his father's honesty. The lawyer's curiosity grew, and soon Aiden had them on his side. Just when it seemed he had momentum, he discovered that the lawyer had his own agenda, a plan that could jeopardize everything if he wasn't careful. Aiden realized he had to be smarter than everyone. He staged a scenario making his father think Aiden had given up. That night, while his dad celebrated, Aidan quietly gathered all documents, recordings, and evidence. The thrill of reclaiming what was his mixed with fear. What if he was discovered before it was complete? In a daring move, Aidan invited the entire family to what he claimed was a celebration of his father's success. But he had turned it into a trap, a presentation revealing the truth about the inheritance, the manipulations, and every betrayal. Shock and confusion spread across the room, especially on his dad's face. Aidan smiled quietly but didn't let them see the full plan yet. While everyone was distracted by the revelations, Aidan's cousin tried to steal the documents. A sudden twist, a hidden camera capturing the attempt, turned the tables. Aidan now had proof of everyone's deceit. The family gasped. Who could they trust? The power dynamics shifted rapidly. Aidan then revealed one last secret, a clause in his mother's will that none of them had read properly. It declared that any attempt to deny him his inheritance would backfire legally. His father's face drained of color. His cousin's smirk faded. And yet, there was one more surprise waiting in the final envelope on the table. Inside was a personal letter from his mother, explaining why she had hidden so much from him, how she knew he'd be the one to right the wrongs, and that she trusted him to act wisely. Aidan's heart ached, but he felt empowered. The revenge wasn't just financial, it was emotional closure. But the letter hinted at another mystery he hadn't uncovered, a distant relative with stakes in the family fortune. Aidan decided to confront this unknown relative discreetly. He traveled to a distant city, discovering that the relative had been manipulating parts of the business unbeknownst to anyone. Negotiations were tense. Aidan had to use everything he had learned about strategy, patience, and trust. A minor victory turned complicated when a hidden betrayal emerged. Someone close to Aidan had been leaking his plans. In the climax, Aidan orchestrated a scenario exposing everyone who had wronged him, from his father to his cousin to the lawyer. Each revelation built on the previous, leaving the family powerless to resist the legal and emotional consequences. Aidan finally reclaimed his inheritance, but more importantly, his dignity. The story closed with him standing in the forbidden room, the sunlight casting shadows on the treasures he was always meant to have. He smiled at the camera. Never let anyone tell you what's yours isn't. Subscribe to see the journey from here.